So this video is not to bring fear or make you anxious. This video is actually to make you aware, basically give you some updates on what is going on in the world. We're going to be checking out mysterious pneumonia spreads in China. They said it's mysterious and it's happening a lot. Basically, that's the summary. I'm curious. Let's check it out. Let's inform ourselves. Are all these people infected?
It's happening again. China's hospitals are filling up with patients. Almost all of them are children. Their symptoms are strikingly similar to the Wuhan virus: high fever and lung infection. There are many clusters of patients. Doctors say they have pneumonia, but they don't know what's causing the infection. They failed to figure out the root cause. Is this a new variant of the Wuhan virus? Is it a bacterium or a new disease altogether? As always, China is not being transparent. And I know what you're thinking. This is a repeat of 2019. It sounds like one, when mysterious disease was ripping through China. First, Beijing played down the outbreak. Then they concealed the truth. And the result was a global pandemic, the worst of our times. 4 years later, we have a new outbreak in China, one that Beijing cannot explain. So what really is happening? There is limited information as of now. We don't know exactly when
The hospitals are filled up. It's serious like that.
The outbreak began or how many patients are in hospital. But we can tell you that the hotspot is northern China. The surge seems recent, also unexpected. Some reports say hospitals are overwhelmed and schools on the verge of a shutdown, obviously because this is affecting children. So parents in China are worried. In one instance, they were heard asking authorities if they're covering up another outbreak. So not just the rest of the world, even the people of China do not trust their government. And clearly they were not ready for this. Also, there is something strange about this outbreak, the fact that it's hitting only children. Not many adults are showing these symptoms. The number of infected children, though, is quite high. Meanwhile, a new report is doing the rounds. It comes from a platform called ProMed. Now, ProMed is basically a surveillance system built by the International Society for Infectious Diseases. And what does ProMed do? It monitors disease outbreaks the world over. This is where a lot of doctors first learned about the Wuhan virus. ProMed had carried reports of the first cases in 2019. And now it is focusing on the new outbreak in China. And here is what it says. It has called the disease an undiagnosed pneumonia. That's what experts are also calling it, an undiagnosed pneumonia. The report also features some quotes from locals. One of them is from Beijing, from inside a children's hospital. This is what a local resident in Beijing said, and I'm quoting, many are hospitalized. They don't cough and have no symptoms. They just have a high temperature or fever, and many develop pulmonary nodules.
What's the mortality rate? Hope people are not dying.
Now, you're not allowed to report to school. If you have any symptoms such as fever, cold, cough, and then you're hospitalized, you can ask for leave. Then there are more ground reports. The second one is from the Liaoning province. Again, this is from a children's hospital. It's called the Dalian Children's Hospital. The situation here is quite bad. Locals say the hospital lobby is full of sick children. They're receiving intravenous or IV drips. Children are receiving IV drips in the hospital lobby. I have a quote from a hospital staffer. This is what he says. Patients have to wait in line for 2 hours and we are all in the emergency department and there are no general outpatient clinics. So the outbreak is large and serious. Some videos are spreading on Chinese social media. We've not been able to verify these, but they are quite shocking. It appears children are doing their classes from hospitals. Take a look at this.
With the drips on, and the parents are right there.
These are scary pictures. It's the worst sight for any parent, their child on a drip doing schoolwork. So what are Chinese authorities doing? Last week they held a press conference. There were officials from China's National Health Commission. And did they have any answers? I'm afraid not. They sounded clueless. They said this...
Wait, what is going on? Is it like they don't want to produce the information? Or is it that they don't know? Is this true? Because sometimes we've even seen all these hospitals being filled up and it turns out this was another situation or something else happened and they mixed clip, cut and edited things and made it a lie. So, is this true? Why don't they tell everybody? Do we need to start taking preventive measures or something? Like, what do people need to do? Or should we wait until there's an outburst again before everybody starts running helter-skelter looking for what to do? This is something we should curtail like right now. Here. And even worse, children. I mean, I don't wish this on anybody. Especially not children. Here.
This surge in cases is linked to pandemic restrictions. What does that mean? Let me explain. During the pandemic, China followed something called a zero COVID policy. It was a totalitarian approach. There were mass lockdowns. Everyone had to undergo a test and patients were treated like criminals. They were picked up from their homes, sometimes by force, and they were locked up in quarantine centers. It did not work. Instead of achieving zero COVID, China was killing its economy. So in the month of January this year, they abandoned the policy. This was more than 10 months back. And now Chinese experts say it led to what they're calling an immunity gap, meaning people who don't have a strong immune system are falling sick.
Children's immune systems are not well developed. Specific and non-specific immunity functions are not very matured, including our children's relatively weak cough reflex, insufficient function of respiratory motile cilia, low levels of immunoglobulin of our children, which may all easily cause infection.
But what is their sickness? Which disease is this that is exclusively targeting children? Chinese officials have given a range of possibilities. It could be the Wuhan virus, influenza, respiratory syncytial virus or RSV, or a disease called Mycoplasma pneumoniae. This is a common bacterial infection. It affects younger children. And China says all these diseases are in circulation right now, so it could be any of these. But they cannot say for sure what...
Not only could it be one of them, but they are all in circulation.
Driving the current outbreak. Now, the World Health Organization wants answers. They've asked China to share more data, including patient lab tests. Not sure if that will be enough, especially given the WHO's track record and how they handled China with kid gloves 3 years back. 3 years have passed. We still don't know what happened in Wuhan. And now there's a new outbreak in China. The WHO is offering us more of the same. A statement of concern and a recommendation to wear masks again. It's a textbook example of the famous saying, the more things change, the more they remain the same. We can only hope that this is not one more pandemic in the making.
And also, it's like people are getting too comfortable, or maybe should I say the leaders are getting too comfortable requesting people to wear masks. So it's like, this has happened, now wear mask. Like, no. Tell us about what is happening. Educate us, tell us, give us reasons why. If wearing mask is the resolution you can get to right now, at least we understand. If you just tell people wear mask, people are naturally rebellious. Yeah, we're not just going to wear it like that. Why? Tell us what is going on, what is the disease, what is mask preventing. But you see now, don't tell everybody should wear a mask. The next thing they're going to say would be, come out and take a vaccine. But then, what are we taking it for? Let us know. Anyways, that's it for that video. Share your thoughts. I thought I should bring this updates. I don't know if you had already seen, but smash the like button, subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace.